For this question, we want to get started by converting all of these numbers to decimals. So the fractions we need to change to decimal. To convert a fraction to a decimal, you take the top number and divide by the bottom number. So the first one, you'll do 7 divided by 25, use a calculator. And with my calculator, I'm getting 0.2800. So I'm using 4 decimal places just because the one decimal we already have has 4 decimal places. And to convert this to a decimal, I'll do 11 divided by 40 on my calculator. And this one is 0.2750. And the one decimal we already had was 0.2315. So that's how we've converted everything to a decimal. And now to put these in order from smallest to largest, you can kind of look at the decimals just like you would the decimal portion, just like you would a whole number. 2,800 is bigger than 2,750, which is bigger than 2,315. So they are in order here. This is the largest one right here, 2,800, and then 0.2315 is the smallest down here. Look at one more here. We're writing this fraction as a decimal. So we're going to do 54 divided by 11 on our calculator. And when you do 54 divided by 11, the result is 4.909090. So it just keeps going on forever. It repeats 90909090 over and over. And you want to make sure you have enough decimals showing up on your calculator that you can see this repeating pattern. If you only had a few decimals showing up, it might round like 4.91 if it was rounding like that. And so you wouldn't see the repeating pattern. But the decimal's repeating 90909090. So a way we write that with mathematics is we just write down the part that's going to be repeated indefinitely, and we put a solid bar over the top of it. And that just lets everybody know that the decimal is 4.90. This part with the bar will repeat itself over and over again forever. So 90909090. For this problem here, I want to take this expression and simplify it using the order of operations. So parentheses first, and then I'll do exponents, and then left to right multiplication division, and then left to right addition subtraction. So parentheses, what that means, what doing the parentheses first means, is get the part inside the parentheses, reduce it down to a single number. So take care of all the operations we see inside the parentheses. So we have 4/5 as a fraction. Let's just convert that to a decimal, and then it will be done with parentheses. So actually do the 4 divided by 5. And when we do that, we'll get 0.8. And then we squared. I'm just copying down everything else now. You can see the other sets of parentheses here already are converted down to just a single number. And there's no operations inside of them. There's no pluses or minuses or multiplications or divisions. They're just single numbers inside the parentheses now. So we are done with parentheses. So I'll cross that off. Next is exponents. I have one exponent here. I need to take 0.8 and square it. And if I do that, I'm going to get 0.64. And go ahead and copy the rest down, 0.6. I am now done with exponents. So now I need to do multiplication and division from left to right, and there's actually just one multiplication, and it's right there. So 8.4 times 0.6, use a calculator and get 5.04. And I'm just copying down what I already had, 0.64 plus, now I have 5.04 after that multiplication. And the only remaining thing is my one addition sign left. So I'm going to add that 5.04 plus 0.64 is going to give me the final result, and I'll write it up here on top of 5.68.